What if the biggest Dragon Ball announcement of the decade is hiding inside a boring investor report that almost nobody read? Because right now, the entire Dragon Ball fandom is losing its mind over a single page from Toei Animation's official financial document, and what it reveals about the future of this franchise is absolutely wild. Toei Animation has just dropped its corporate financial report, and buried inside that document is a section that should have every Dragon Ball fan paying very close attention, because it confirms that Toei has scheduled the release of 3 brand new movies and 6 new series titles, all beginning from 2028. 3 new movies. Think about what that means for a franchise as massive as Dragon Ball. Now, nothing has been officially confirmed to be Dragon Ball related, but here is where the timeline starts to get incredibly interesting. We already know that the Dragon Ball Super remake is launching in October 2026, and based on everything we know about Toei's modern production strategy, the Moro arc would realistically arrive in the seasonal format sometime around 2027. That leaves 2028 sitting wide open and perfectly positioned for a major new cinematic event in the Dragon Ball universe. This is not random speculation either. This is exactly how Toei has operated with both Dragon Ball Super Broly and Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Big theatrical releases that not only crushed the global box office, but also drove massive waves of merchandise and video game sales worldwide. Toei understands that a new Dragon Ball movie is not just an anime event. It is a financial engine. And with 9 total projects announced in a report aimed at investors and shareholders, it would make almost no business sense to delay all of them past 2030. The roadmap is real, and Dragon Ball has always been the crown jewel of this studio. Speaking of crown jewels, though, there is one bombshell from this same financial report that genuinely shocked the community. For the first time ever, One Piece has officially surpassed Dragon Ball in total revenue generated for Toei Animation. Let that sink in. 4-decade Dragon Ball was untouchable at the top, and now, thanks to the Egghead arc, the recent movies, and the global explosion of interest following the live-action series, One Piece has done the unthinkable. But here's the thing. That reign might be very short-lived, because starting October 2026, Dragon Ball is coming back to TV screens for the first time in years, and when a franchise like this returns after a long absence, the hype is on a completely different level. The community already senses this, which is why even the news that Dragon Ball Super is returning to Mexico's Azteca 7 channel starting May 18th, airing Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m., has fans in Latin America genuinely emotional. For so many people, this franchise was a childhood ritual, and watching it come back to free television feels like the whole thing is building towards something massive. And the franchise is not just moving on television. The Dragon Ball Sparking Zero Season 5 DLC trailer just dropped, and it looks absolutely spectacular. The preview reveals classic-era characters including Kid Goku and a young Bulma, with her original design alongside Frieza in his 4th form, which suggests this new season is leaning hard into nostalgia and fan service in the best possible way. The visual quality looks sharper, and the pace of the trailer has the community buzzing about what other classic Dragon Ball era content could be on the way. Meanwhile, on the manga side, all the Dragon Ball Super covers have been officially revealed without the blue filter that has been coloring the digital versions for years, and seeing Toyotaro's original artwork in its clean, natural color for the first time is genuinely stunning. The contrast, the shadows, and the vibrancy of the original illustrations hit completely differently without that digital tint layered over everything. And just when you thought things could not get more chaotic, Toei Animation managed to copyright strike their own official Twitter account, taking down a clip from Dragon Ball Super Superhero that they themselves had uploaded. The situation went viral almost instantly because the irony is just too perfect. On a lighter and genuinely beautiful note, a Dragon Ball drone show took place on May 4th at the Penghu Islands, drawing around 7,000 spectators who watch hundreds of synchronized drones paint iconic Dragon Ball silhouettes and symbols across the night sky. Now that is a fandom moment worth seeing. The energy around this franchise right now is unlike anything we have seen in years, and with a new movie potentially on the horizon, a remake launching later this year, and new content dropping across every platform, the question is no longer whether Dragon Ball is coming back in a big way. The question is how big. Subscribe so you never miss a single update, because things are just getting started.